A's Extra.
Welcome back to the Anglers Extra pregame show. Chatham hits the 3/4 mark of the season today, visiting Lowell Park to take on the Cotuit Kettleers for the final time in 2026. And it's once again time for the Manager's Show. With the Chatham manager, Dennis Cook, I'm Jake Klein. Dennis, you fall last night 7-5 to Hyannis, rallied late but just couldn't get those last two runs across. What did you see in those last two innings?
I thought the offense did good. We competed hard, gave ourselves a chance to win. We just couldn't come up with a big hit with guys in scoring position, and that's kind of been our story all year.
What does it take to get runners in when they're in scoring position?
That's a good question. It's just somebody's got to step up and do it. You know, there's no formula about it. It's just somebody's got to step up and do it.
There's not a certain approach you want your team to take in those spots?
Hit the ball hard somewhere.
Chatting with Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show before the A's take on the Cotuit Kettleers. Get into the game today. Before we do, there's the obvious presence of weather here in Cotuit. Does that change from your perspective how you manage the game at all when it may not go more than 5 innings or so?
Yeah, a little bit. We'll try to score early. Maybe bunt in some situations we shouldn't be bunting in, but we're going to try to get on the board early and hopefully pitch good and see what happens.
You got Jack Gleason on the mound today. I know he's one of those guys who was primarily a reliever in college, and he's come to the Cape to get stretched out. Talking with Rob Cooper, the Cotuit manager, he said he's seen so many of those types of players come up to Cape Cod. How are those types of players different than maybe a regular starting pitcher who's used to that role?
Well, for the most part, the guys that do start, any significant amount aren't going to come up here because they got too many innings. So you get the guys that have a chance to possibly start the following year, bring them up and help the colleges out by stretching them out and teaching them a pre-start routine and things like that.
How can that impact the relationship between the Cape League team and the college?
Well, I mean, if they trust you with the kids and trust you to teach them the right things, it could be a really beneficiary to both them and us. You know, we get good pitchers and then we send them back to school better and with a plan.
Where does Jack fit in his transgression from bullpen arm to starter?
Well, I think he's done a good job. I think he'll probably be more of a midweek starter at Mississippi State this following year. They got a lot of guys coming back, but he'll throw leverage innings in the middle and possibly start on weekdays, midweeks.
What did you think about your pitching in yesterday's game against Hyannis?
I thought the relief guys did a really good job. I was really pleased with that. I thought Brady Coe threw really well, and then I thought Wyatt threw outstanding. I mean, his stuff last night was electric, so hopefully he can build on that.
I know you hadn't seen Brady. What were your overall impressions of his first outing?
I loved everything I saw. He was aggressive. He threw lots of strikes. He got after people. He pitched like he belonged. He pitched with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and I love those kind of guys.
How nervous does it make you when you have to put a guy in the game who you've literally never seen before?
Well, you can get nervous all you want, but, you know, they're up here to pitch, and you rely on the people that are telling you they can pitch, and they're strike throwers and they're bulldogs, and, you know, you rely on those people, and you know, he was everything that they said he would be.
Got Jamie Paul Meese up at the top of the order today. He's hit a couple of balls real hard in his last couple of games, but haven't necessarily turned into hits. What have you seen in his kind of early Chatham tenure?
Well, he swung the bat. His start in Hyannis, he swung the bat really well, and the next game he looked a little bit overmatched. Last night he did a great job pinch hit and squared the ball up, and it's time for me to see if he can play for us, and he'll balance us out a little bit more from the left-handed hitting to the right-handed hitters.
I want to ask you as well about Cole Johnson. I know he was one of the guys you expected to play regularly and be such a big part of the offense. He struggled a little bit in his time so far. He's a middle-of-the-order hitter. Now he's been down at the bottom. What have your impressions of Cole been?
Well, Cole's a hard worker. He's pretty hard on himself, too. So, you know, he hasn't had the summer that I know that he wishes he would have had. But he's still working hard. There's, you know, no doubt he's going to go out there and bust his butt and give you everything he has every time where he's in the lineup. I think he's been swinging the bat better the last couple games, so hopefully we can build on that and a few of his balls will start falling.
How can you work with a player who, as you said, isn't having the summer that he hoped he had when he decided to come here?
But you know what? Baseball is that kind of game, so you better figure it out. You know, you got to have a short memory, whether good or bad, and You know, some of these kids are learning that lesson right now that, you know, you can't dwell on a bad night and you can't get too excited about a good night because the next day is a new game. So you have to just approach it that way. And whenever they play pro ball, it's going to be 140 games in the minor leagues and 162 in the big leagues. So you're not going to be good or bad all those games. So you better figure out a way to regulate your emotions.
I know the 40-game Cape League season, like you said, is only a snapshot of what a pro season would be. Yep. What do you hope your players will take away from their time in Chatham?
I hope they understand that, you know, that how to balance their work and understand that, you know, 162 games is a long season, and figure out how to manage it. You know, manage yourself, and you know, just everything about that. 162 games, you know, 40, like you said, 40 games is like spring training for the, you know, guys that have played in the big leagues. So, you know, we're just now getting warmed up at 40 games, and a lot of these guys, not a lot of our guys, but a lot of guys throughout the league, you know, they get to game 25 and they're ready to go home. So my question is always, what, you know, the first day we have practice is, who wants to play pro ball? And they all raise their hands. And so, okay, you want to play pro ball, stay all summer and play 40 games. Don't leave after 25 and tell me you want to play pro ball. So our guys have been pretty good this summer. But yeah, that's what I hope they take away from it, that it's a long season, and make sure that's what you really want to do. You know, you say you want to do it, it's easy to say you want to do it, but your actions have to also match your words.
What were some of the things that got you through the 162?
I love playing baseball. I love playing baseball. I love competing. I can't imagine my life doing anything else. I mean, I love this game, and I love to be challenged, and you know, it's kind of in my DNA.
Another chance at the ballpark today. Dennis, as always, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Jake.
Back to Chase for the rest of the Anglers Extra pregame show.